Graphing reciprocal functions, example 2. For this example, we are going to handle it the same way we did the previous example. We're going to check out our standard form, f of x equals a over x minus h plus k. And remember that to find our vertical asymptote, we use x equals h. And to find our horizontal asymptote, we use y equals k. So looking at our equation here, the 3 is in the h position, and we have nothing in the k position. So since there's nothing in the k position, we're technically adding 0 to the end. So our horizontal asymptote is going to be y equals 0. And our vertical asymptote, remember, we have to change the sign. So it's going to be x equals negative 3. So remember, we change the sign for the asymptote. And that's only for the vertical asymptote. And that's because notice how in our standard form there's a minus here, and minus means the opposite of. So it's saying the opposite of h, and the opposite of positive 3 would be negative 3. So let's graph these on our coordinate plane. X equals negative 3 would start at negative 3 on the x, and it would be a vertical line. And y equals 0 would start at 0 on the y, and it would be a horizontal line. So these are our new axes. Now we can go ahead and graph our original points that we had on our parent function, and that was at 1, 1, 2, 1/2, 1/2, 2, negative 1, negative 1, negative 1/2, negative 2, and negative 2, negative 1/2. So I'm going to list those out again. They were at 1, 1, negative 1, negative 1, 2, 1/2, 1/2, 2, negative 2, negative 1/2, and negative 1/2, negative 2. Well, we have a couple of different things that we have that are going on in the numerator of this equation, and the numerator affects both the stretch or compression and the reflection across the x-axis. So we can see that there's a 2, a negative 2. Well, the negative is going to reflect across the x-axis. And when we reflect across the x-axis, we have to change the signs on all of our y's. So I'm going to change the sign on all of these y's. I also see here that the 2 on the numerator is a vertical stretch. So what I have to do for that is I have to multiply all my x's by 2, and that will stretch my graph vertically from left to right. So 1 times 2 would be 2. Hold on, let me fix my eraser tool. All right, so I'm going to have 2 there. Negative 1 times 2 is negative 2. I'm just going to write over it. 2 times 2 is 4. 1/2 times 2 is 1. Negative 2 times 2 is negative 4. And then negative 1/2 times 2 is negative 1. So now I'm going to graph these new points on my new axes. So I have 2, negative 1, negative 2, positive 1, 4, negative 1/2, 1, negative 2, negative 4, 1, wait, no, that would be -4, 1/2, my bad. 1, 2, 3, 4, 1/2, there we go. And then -1, 2. All right. So these like cyan points are my new points. And I just need to connect the dots and make sure that my graph does not cross through these asymptotes. Just like this. And this is my new graph. And if I want to see my new graph with all that without all that extra stuff, I can erase it. But if I were you, I wouldn't. I would just leave it. But if we just want to see what it looks like, this is what it would look like. There we go. Now remember, your domain still correlates with your x asymptote, or your vertical asymptote. So it's all x's such that x cannot equal -3. And your horizontal asymptote still correlates with your range. So it's all y's such that y cannot equal 0.